I've done several research work on climate change. In 2002 and 2003, I finished one of my research paper on climate change. It is entitled "The Changing Climate over Myanmar During the Last 50 Years." So at that time, I used the data from 1950 to 2000, and I found out very solidly that climate change is happening in Myanmar.
The people of Myanmar have been feeling the impacts of climate change and natural disasters ever since 2008, when Cyclone Nargis left more than 150,000 people dead and millions homeless.
About the damage solution, Moulin de Lu Jadelu, the Hama Machine.
မိုးရွာလာရင်လည်းတစ်ခါနဲ့ကန်ဖွင့်တယ်လို့အဲ့လိုရွာတာရေကြီးလာရင်လည်းတနာရီပဲရွာနှစ်ရက်သုံးရက်ရွာတယ်လို့ပဲရေကမတရားကြီးတာအဲ့လိုအခြေအနေကထူးခြားလာတယ်ပြောင်းလဲလာတယ်နောက်ခါတဲ့နေ့ဆိုတော့နေပူတဲ့အချိန်ရောမိုးရွာတဲ့အချိန်ရောမျက်နှာတတ်တာပဲဒီနေ့ကျတော့နေပူလာရင်လည်းအရာမိပုံထဲမှာချတယ်လို့ပြင်းပြင်းတာနေလဲပူတယ်
ဒီအင်းနာအရင်တော့ဆိုရင်ဒီချိန်ခါမှာ3လပိုင်းထိရေဟာဒူးကောင်းလောက်ရှိတယ်ငါအမျိုးစုံရှိတယ်ငှက်အမျိုးစုံရှိတယ်ဒေါင်းတွေလည်းရှိတယ်အကွာရေတွေလည်းခမ်းပြီးမှအကောင်တွေလည်းမရှိတော့ကြီးဒီရေတွေလည်းမရှိတော့ဘူးတောဝက်တွေလည်းမရှိတော့ဘူးဒေါင်းတွေဆိုရင်မျိုးတောင်ပြုတ်သွားတယ်
ETPA is stand for the education, training, and public awareness. So this is part of the government project on the climate change because Myanmar has been a member country to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So that we have an obligation to report to the convention on regular basis. So for that reason, so government has started the project on initiation and communication on climate change since 2008.
Over 70% of Myanmar's population lives in rural areas where farming is the main livelihood. Their agricultural work is largely dependent on climate and weather conditions. Despite their encounters with shortened monsoon seasons, drought, rising temperatures, strong winds, and floods, they have very little knowledge of climate change. Most people in these rural areas do not know how to tackle the challenges presented by the changing climate.
I would say that the first immediate impact due to the climate change is the increase in number of natural disasters. That's why we are facing with disaster every year. Then the next question is, what kind of subject the disaster management is? Disaster management, what I think, is a social science. So it involved with many sectors, the scientists, the government, the NGOs, the people, the media, everybody involved in this case. So I would say the first most important thing about climate change in this country is people should accept, people must aware that climate is changing.
According to our survey, it's very difficult to find out which media is the most effective way because only lesser than 35% of the respondents said they only watch a TV program. Even the most popular TV program, the maximum number you can reach it's not more than 35%. Same thing on the radio. So lesser than 25% of the respondents, they said that they listen to radio. So this is a challenge for anyone who want to, face with the climate change. How you are going to disseminate the information to, community and public. So that's why we really thought that, we should have a kind of very innovative, communication technique and method that we can, relay the message to the community. So in this direction, so we try to develop one, technique called participatory video, because that is not a documentary video, because in that participatory video, so we really empower the community themselves to be able to develop the story, and they control the story. For example, if you have a documentary video, you may have a director who control the storyline and who direct, But in participatory video, community define the audience themselves, So audience will be the community themselves, and they develop a storyline. They take a shoot and they edit it. Then they show their video back to the community, and then through this process, community became very cohesive. Not only they understand about the subject matter, but also they are really cohesive and united to do something about climate change.
Farmland in some villages in Kachin State in northern Myanmar has started to erode due to deforestation, soil erosion, scarce water resources, and the effects of climate change. To address these problems, the people of these regions have joined with the government's forest department and non-governmental organizations to establish local community forest plantations.
CF 2000 อาเพียงนิด30 gram မြေပိုင်ခွင့်ရရှိအောင်ကျမတို့ကစူးစမ်းရမယ်
Now people in Myanmar very much aware of the impact of disaster, impact of climate change means a lot to them. In other words, I would say that people awareness after Nagis, what I found was very high, very high. So from two sides, from our side, we should take advantage of this situation. What I mean advantage is that people like to listen, people like to learn more about weather, climate change and everything, more than ever. So we should take advantage of this opportunity.
So far as climate change is concerned, there's two projects are running in Myanmar. One is national communication. This is just about the studying the climate scenario, vulnerable and greenhouse gas inventory, and a little bit on the public education. But another thing is preparing national level action plan for adaptation. Because of the this global warming, we already have a climate change. We already have a problem of this disaster like storm or flood or drought, right? So I mean, national action plan is good, but more important thing is you need a local action. How would you translate your national action to the local action? So that's really need a bridge between national level and local level.
The government of Myanmar and non-governmental organizations are joining hands with the communities to help replenish the natural environment and tackle natural disasters caused by climate change. Someday, the hopes of the rural people will become bright and lively again. It is the first step of the 1,000-mile journey.
ကျွန်တော်တို့နေမြေမှာ6တွေ့သွားတဲ့အတွက်အခုလိုမျိုးလာကူညီတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့လည်းအစိတ်ပါလက်ပါနဲ့စိုက်ပြိုးထားတော့လူစိမ့်လန်းဆိုပြီလာအောင်ပေါ့အခုချိန်မှာဆင်းရဲဒုက္ခရောက်ရင်လည်းနောက်မှာတော့အခုလိုဆင်းရဲဒုက္ခမရောက်တော့ဘူးလို့ထင်တာပေါ့